Good morning, world. Cece here. Hey, I spend a lot of time reading and learning about the mind, how we think, why we think the way we do, and how it affects our lives. And the one thing I've learned that really changed my perspective is this: don't believe everything you think. In fact, I used to have a t-shirt to this. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a thought pop into your head and immediately believed it? Well, most people do. In fact, most of us walk around assuming that what we think is fact. And sometimes it is, but a lot of the time it is not. There's this idea you'll hear talked about a lot, that only a small part of our thinking is actually conscious. And the majority of what is happening in the background, you'll hear it explained like this: that 5% is our conscious, aware mind, and 95% is subconscious. That's a big number. Now, whether those numbers are exact or not really isn't the point. The point is this: a large part of your life is being shaped by thoughts and patterns you don't even question. Your beliefs, your emotional reactions, the stories you've told yourself over and over again. And here's where it gets tricky. Because we think these thoughts so often, we start to believe they're true. They feel real. Mostly, they feel familiar. So we stop questioning them. Now, I want to go a little deeper into that subconscious part, because I think it's important to really understand it. Your subconscious mind is like the most powerful built-in system you have. It's always running. It's always processing. It's always scanning. But here's the thing. It doesn't decide what's right or wrong. It doesn't decide what's good or bad. It's not emotional. It doesn't care if something is helping you or hurting you. It simply runs on the information you've given it. And this is where it really matters. Your subconscious mind doesn't truly know the difference between something that's actually happened and something you've repeated in your mind over and over again. So if you're constantly telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I always fail, things never work out for me, I'm too fat, I'll never lose the weight, your subconscious doesn't question that. It accepts it as fact. And then it goes to work trying to prove it to be true. Not because it's trying to hurt you, but because it's trying to help you. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Find patterns, reinforce beliefs, and bring things to your attention that match what you've been telling it. So if your thinking is more on the negative side, it will find more negative. If your thinking is limited, it will find those limitations. And if your thinking is focused on problems, they will keep showing you problems. It's not working against you. It's just following your programming. Are you nervous yet? You should be. I know I am as soon as I learned this, and I've definitely started questioning my own, that's for sure. Because this is why this really matters so much. If you don't become aware of what you're feeling, your mind, your subconscious will keep running the same program over and over again. Now, if you look at this from a more modern personal development perspective, you might hear something like this: your thoughts shape your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your actions. And your actions shape your life. So if you keep thinking the same thoughts, you keep creating the same outcomes. But I also like looking at this from a Stoic perspective. I read a lot of Marcus Aurelius, who was an early, I think 180 to 180 AD Roman emperor. And but the Stoics, they kept things very simple. They believed that most of our first reactions aren't really ours. They're conditioned. They come from past experiences, from habits, or things we've been told, or things we've repeated to ourselves. So if that's true, then the first thought that pops into your head isn't always something you choose. So where does your power actually lie? Not in stopping the thought from showing up. We can't do that. We have 60,000 thoughts a day. It's really in just what we do next. So here's your moment. Here's your 5%. When a thought pops up that might say, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or this never works, instead of reacting the way you always have, pause. Question it. I even thank it. Thank it for bringing it to my attention. But I'm going to choose something different this time. And I know this can be hard for people to accept because we've spent so many years believing that what we think is true. But in reality, most of what we think is habit. Mental habit. And just like any habit, it can be changed. Now, you may not be able to change the fact that your brain runs on patterns, your subconscious patterns, but what you can do is start retraining it. You can start feeding it different thoughts, different perspectives, different responses. And the more you do that, the more your subconscious begins to support you instead of work against you. Because eventually, those new thoughts don't feel forced anymore. They feel natural. They become your new default. So the next time a thought shows up, don't just accept it. Don't just react to it. Pause and ask yourself, is this actually true? Is this thought actually helping me? And is there a better way to see this? Because just because you think something doesn't mean you should believe it. And the moment you start questioning your thoughts is the moment you start taking control of your life. So, as always, take care of your mind, and the rest has a better chance of falling into place. Until next time, this is Cece. This is Cece Talks Life, real talk, real life.